So hey guys, I am about to distribute a couple of these potatoes, and I'm going to use a couple of these potatoes for a beautiful dessert. And I just wanted to pause for a minute because sometimes when you're growing things or you're doing things that you feel led to do, you won't feel like you're being rewarded. And what I mean by rewarded is, no, we're not always doing things just to get something back. I mean, for me, I'm just having this right here, so pretty like this, that came out of the ground. That was like, I'm just amazed that this had anything to do with me. Um, But, when I did, I went through a couple of programs and there's some professors I have to deal with or whatever. And I did some research and said, okay, nobody's doing this. I don't see any farms growing this here in the whole state, in the city, in the county, in my district. Like, is anybody doing this? So I said, okay, I'm going to try it. And to speak to a professor and have that professor just be like, well, okay, that's good. But what about, a website? What about sales? What about your numbers? Like, how many followers do you have? Like, how many, are you on TikTok? Are you doing this? Do you have this? Yeah, and I was like, to have this be defined by whether or not I have already created buyers for my market and listen, I've owned businesses before, so I am very clear on how business works. And I'm very clear on how marketing works, and I'm very clear on the fact that, as farmers, if this is going to be the way that you secure an income to feed your family, all of these things are part of the consideration, and I understand that. But here is my ode to those of us out here who seek therapy, seek peace and healing in farming, those of us who are looking to maybe, just have some joy in knowing there's a sense of accomplishment that maybe you just rip and run and you don't spend any time breathing or thinking or relaxing, and maybe gardening is your only time to do that. I think I want to talk to those people because those are the people who need gardening for other reasons. Yes, I need to, before you plant something, you need to know how you're going to sell it because that's the point to invest money and spend. Okay, I'm not having that meeting right now. I'm talking about people who are getting into this because for whatever reason your life did not feel complete in the setting you were in. So you needed a new setting. And when you come out to your garden, you don't feel rushed and you don't feel all crazy. Move this whole bowl, and you feel like you can get some things accomplished, and you feel a little more relaxed and you feel better about yourself and you feel a sense of accomplishment. Like, that's what I'm talking to. I want to talk to those people because, yeah, we can have a whole marketing meeting. Let's have that. But right now, the more important part of this is the fact that, if you're doing this for a spiritual reason, and that's what I mean, something for relaxation, something for healing and stuff like that, don't worry about counting and measuring. Even if you got, because I got to show you also that in this same pile, this was in that same pile, and I got little ones that are like, let me see. Anyway, those are just the last ones in the wash because they're all in the wash. But I have, so it's not everything didn't look like this. So even if you only got one, you accomplished something, And even if you accomplish just that measure of peace, that 5 minutes that you weren't speaking to yourself terribly, that you weren't making yourself feel like a failure because you didn't accomplish one goal this week, or because you weren't perfect, or because you forgot something, or, you weren't the perfect parent, or you weren't the perfect daughter, or whatever. Even if you had 5 minutes away from it, all your negativity, that was an accomplishment. And you got a friggin' potato out of it. Or a tomato. Even if you grew this whole tomato and you only got one. If you're doing this therapeutically, like it too, just like embrace that. I have had the privilege of being trained in farming, and over time, as this farm develops, I will be getting into courses to share with you legal things in state to state, how you can profit from having farm and stuff like that. But right now, if you're doing this just to help your brain out, don't worry about yields. Don't worry about if it's not perfectly green, or if you get bugs, or if you fail, or if it comes out weird. Look at that weird potato. You mess up. I mess up. I forget things. I forgot to eat my avocados. Things happen. So I'm just so super proud of myself just for accomplishing just patience and love, and restricting myself from wanting to do what I want to do, and allowing these things to do what they want to do. And now I can have a beautiful recipe to share with people, and I can talk to you guys, and I'm just super proud of all of that. So I want you guys, I know this was like weirdly like super deep or whatever, but I really want you guys to understand that in a place like farming, in a place like growing things, in a place like a garden, there is some room for business, but this is not where business lives. This is something you should be doing for you. This should slow you down. This should take you away from business. If you want to plant your plants in rows, you do that. And when you get inside, you can write it in your notebook inside. But when you're in the garden, this is not a place of business. This is a beautiful place to learn to live and grow. And I want all of you guys to experience that, because gardening has definitely changed my life. All right. So happy Monday. All right, guys. Welcome to Fiddly Fifi. Bye-bye.